Good morning, Tamara. It's Saturday. As you can tell by the very familiar background behind me, I'm home right now. And doing this in a chair, which feels weird. I don't like change. So it's been a while. A lot of things have happened. A really historic election with a lot of firsts, the most important of which being that it was the first presidential election that I got to vote in. Hurricane Sandy ravaged the northeast coast. But on a lighter note, I'm going to talk about something much more important. Me. So what's been going on in my life? I guess the most notable thing is that the world didn't end, so that's good. I got to keep on living, which means that also Christmas happened. I know that you wouldn't expect this from a Scrooge like myself, but I love when things look a lot like Christmas, if I can use a cliche like that. And that's not just to cite my own apartment, which is pretty festive if I do say so myself, but it also bears mentioning the people around us, like our uncle's neighbors, this really festive Chevrolet dealer, even Buddy's getting in the holiday spirit, playing with his toy reindeer, but not my neighbors. I love Christmas time because it seems like, I know there's this whole war on Christmas thing, but it seems like as a country, as a people, we've shifted from celebrating this one day as a strictly Christian expression of religion to celebrating a whole holiday season. And there's really nowhere else that does that. That's pretty unique to the United States. We celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then of course Christmas is like a month-long affair. And then there's New Year's, which is, let's face it, a 2-day-long event. You spend New Year's Eve with good food, good drinks, and good friends, staying up all night, and then you've got New Year's Day to sleep all that off. And this is why I don't mind when people say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. So let me say this, let me make this one point and I'll shut up about it and I'll never ever speak of it ever again. There is no war on Christmas. Atheists are not trying to steal Christmas. They just aren't. Do you ever hear atheists complaining about getting the last 2 weeks of the year off of work or school? No. And anyway, I know several atheist families who celebrate Christmas. If you really want to be cynical about the whole thing, consider this. The holiday season was more likely coined and invented by big corporations to prolong their window of opportunity to sell you more stuff. And please, I know you won't believe me when I say this because you know my hatred of commercialism, but I really don't want to sound like an anti-consumerism hippie, really. But I can't pretend it doesn't bother me the emphasis that presents get during the holidays. For you and me, it's always been about spending time with family and good food and watching Christmas movies in our pajamas. It's not about the presents. Yeah, they're the reason we gather around the tree on Christmas morning, but they're not the reason we all drive to Cary to see each other 2 weeks before and stay for a week after. It's the memories you'll have a year from now, not the presents. But that's not to say that memories and gifts are mutually exclusive. I, for one, think the best gifts are the memory makers, or the ones that recall a special memory. Example, for whatever reason, I always get a squirrel-related present on Christmas. 2 years ago, you put a plushy squirrel in my stocking. Nuts. His name is Nuts. Last year, Mom gave me a squirrel tree ornament. And this year, you thought it appropriate to give me a wallet with an embroidered squirrel on it. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, I do know why. I know why. It's because when I was 5, a squirrel somehow got into our house and ruined Christmas, and no one else seems to be as scarred about this as I am. But it must be said that I am no longer afraid of squirrels. I just don't trust them. But I think my favorite gift of all is this sweater you crocheted for my childhood toy, Pierre the Pig, who can no longer put her arms down. Also, here's a nutcracker that cracks nuts not with her teeth, but with her rock-hard breasts.